Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. In the last episode we came to the Eyrie, the Royal Society, to pick up the bathysphere for one of the people searching for the truth. I can't remember which one. The Plucky Baroness. But before we head back to New Winchester to drop off said thing, I think today I want to go see how much progress we can do on Dusking's Deep, which is going to require us to go to London to pick up our bronzewood. Do I need to buy some fuel here? I'm going to do it just to be safe. There's an argument to be said that I should have a look at what I can get here in Portsmouth House, but I believe I've done it before, so I just don't remember what it was. I'm sure it'll be fine. What's the quickest way for me to get back to London? This way. Hopefully we have enough bronzewood in our bank in order to advance it to the next level. Now, I don't know if the advancement is only going to be one stage of many, or if it's going to be the full thing. I'm hoping it's the full thing. Alas, I'm probably incorrect, because that would be far too easy, right? And far too cheap. And this is supposed to be an incredibly expensive, long, winding process that is horrendously uncomfortable to do. So we're probably going to need more bronzewood after this, but you know, stage one. We'll see, maybe I'll be wrong. Happens every now and again. Never done it before, got no idea. We've just got to see if we can survive our way through this area here. Our terror is still okay. I didn't get rid of our nightmare in the last episode because it was expensive. So as long as we maintain our terror here, we should be okay. It's a little easier to maintain it inside of Albion than it is in Eleutheria. Obviously not as easy as the Reach, but we'll be going back to the Reach relatively soon anyway, in order to continue with the truth storyline. And then it'll be the Blue Kingdom. Oh no. Don't worry. Our ship is very powerful. Do I want to go north here? I think I do. Our ship is a lot more powerful than it was last time we went there. Underprepared and not ready. This time I'm ready. I have a missile launcher. What more could I possibly require to take on the depths of hell that is the Blue Kingdom? I'm amazed that in Albion we don't seem to come across anything. When I do come across something, it tends to be horrendous. Get a crystalline dreadnought just suddenly show up out of nowhere. It's going to be fantastic. Big Ben? Welcome in. Always crashes my soundscape, that damn clock. Oh, hello. Do I need an assaying device to loot this? Let's find out. I do not. The Enterprise of Albion does not rest. Its skies are littered with abandoned construction. Yes, they are. Should we repair our hull? Or should we rest and recover? Let's rest and recover. Should lower our terror a little bit. The factory is sooty from an old fire that once swept through it. It still smells damply of smoke. Some of its floors are flooded with stagnant puddles, others piled with boxes of unidentifiable rusting components. You find a dry, brick-pillared chamber and settle in. A stoker breaks out her harmonica. Nice. We got a tiny bit of terror reduction, not a whole lot. But you know, we'll take what we can get. Anything else want to show its ugly face? I suppose I could send out the rat, see what he finds, but we're kind of on a sole mission here. I don't want to get too distracted, otherwise my episode will end up running 5 hours longer than it's supposed to. Which probably wouldn't be too bad. London's End, a stoker notes. Or its beginning, I suppose. It depends which way you're going. I'm going to assume with end here. Albion sure was an interesting idea. But I feel like taking London to the skies. I suppose it's better than being crushed by the what I assume is the 6th city. that now takes place in the Neath, I assume. Don't actually know in this timeline, because obviously in the actual Fallen London timeline they've paused time, so because it was getting dangerously close to the time where they said they went to the skies in Sunless skies. And every year is the same year now, and I'm wondering how long that's actually going to be able to be kept up. I suppose indefinitely forever. There's no reason time has to go forward. It was quite fun though when time advanced in real time. I do still need to do the railway and stuff on Fallen London. I've been falling behind on actually playing Fallen London normally. Like, I log in to do the exceptional stories and stuff, but I've been struggling to log on to do the random stuff I need to do in order to maintain the levels I need. What is it? Respect? No, that's not the right word. The one that disappears if you don't do it after a week. Well, it's not a week. It's a little bit more than a week, but it slowly falls. And honestly, I keep just forgetting. Let's go to our bank. Right, how many? We have 20 bronzewood. Do I just take all 20 bronzewood? That's so heavy. I can't take all 20 bronzewood even if I wanted to. I'll take 10. I think I only need 5, but I'll take 10. Anything here that might be useful here? Oh, 3 barrels of unseasoned hours for the Royal Society? That would have been fantastic. Why didn't I come here first? Damn and blast. Let's just panic buy 2 more of these. Right. I did actually put that in my cargo, didn't I? I did. Good. Let's take bronzewood to Dusking Steep and see what we can actually achieve over there. It should just be roughly a straight line. Whoop, that was the horn button. What are the odds we see the giant fluke? I swear, every time I go here I see the giant fluke. A crewman lets out a hacking cough. The smog has found its way in. Quick, wind up the windows. I assume the train has like those little windy windows that you found in cars of the 90s. I just kind of assume we're at that point in technology. It makes perfect sense, right? If we can make flying trains, I assume we're at the technological point of having wind-up windows. Not electric. Electric's too far, you know? Only the Carganians have electric. I suppose you could have steam-powered windows. They'd fog up, though, surely. There must be a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. I fear there's an open market there. Maybe my captain can go out of his way to create a new enterprise of steam-powered windows. There is the question of how often do you actually open the windows on a train like this? I imagine not very often. Isn't it supposed to be infinitely cold and miserable in the skies? That's why we wear sky suits. So, maybe it is just normal panes of glass. Oh, I suppose it's stained glass, isn't it, to stop the madness coming in? Now I think about it, I've never seen these trains from the side. Only the top. For obvious reasons. I wonder what it looks like from the side. That's an interesting... I suppose there's the loading screens where you see them from different angles, but I don't think I've ever seen the Carganian one. Which is technically an electric engine, if I remember correctly, or it has electric in it somewhere. Or is it retrofitted for sale to the public of not being electric? But I remember it's cutting edge. Cutting edge technology, that's all we need. Cutting edge Carganian technology. It's amazing they haven't taken over the sky at this point. The 4th city. I'm being chased by a dreadnought. The art scowls. I always thought the mists here were overrated. Attractive, but nothing else. Yeah, full of monsters too. I am just keep going. Keep on going. I do wonder where we're going to be sending the bathysphere and the Reach. My assumption is it's going to be the bit by Hybris, just to really annoy me. I can't remember what it's called. What is it called? It is up here. This, the egg. Faith's Fall. But that's something else, I think, actually, because we go there with the companion. I suppose he's not actually one of the masters, but, you know. I'll decipher... How many visions of the heavens do I have? 14? Yeah, I'll get a moment of inspiration. Because I think this is what's used for removing our nightmares. Having more of those is not a bad thing. Right, here we are, coming up to dusk and steep. We didn't see the mean score. I'm genuinely perplexed. I guess it only shows up down here, maybe? That seems to be the place that we've seen it the most times. Really? Seriously? Seriously, you're gonna do that to me, huh? You know, I try, but sometimes I think the game just has it in for me. Okay, here we are, Dusking Steep. Let's deliver materials for the first phase. Oh, there's totally going to be more than one phase, isn't there? Right, and it's 7 bronze wood for 25%. Oh dear. Which means I should have bought 14, not 10. My brain, it was 5. Oh well, let's see how what this actually does. You need it for the scaffolding, the structure, the work sheds, the housing, the offices. 25% is still a lot. As soon as you deliver the consignment, eager work teams descend on it. Soon the sound of soaring and hammering fills the skies. Got 500 experience. We're left with 3, annoyingly. You've made about 4/5 of the necessary progress. What is bloody 4/5? Can I... What are we at? I can see here, right? Damn it, how do I know how much is 4/5? How many of these do I have? Otherworldly artifacts. I assume if I just give one of these, maybe? Some of these artifacts? Let's try it. 9/10. Again, I guess I have a lot of otherworldly artifacts. You have made about 9/10. Okay, again. Would it not be finished? Return to the ruins? I fail to understand how... What, 95%? God damn it, hang on. Sure, why not? Otherworldly artifacts again. You have completed this phase of construction. Fantastic. Right, what now what? The first phase is complete. The insistent surveyor needs to see you before the second phase can begin. This is going to be really bad, isn't it? A crumbling ruin resolves from the mist. Crooked arches throb with sigils. Amber moss crawls across the stones like spilled honey. The insistent surveyor's team is hard at work, clearing rubble, prizing sigil stones from the great arch, and assembling the framework for the new relay station. Let's hear out her latest request. She waits in her cramped office. It is piled with schematics, folders, and spare parts. She moves a box of ball bearings so that you can sit. A transit route needs a relay at either end. Without both, the journey is lengthy, distressing, and treacherous. Imagine an old earthbound train travelling without any rails. So, we need to begin work on the relay at the Eleutherian end. Unfortunately, we don't know where the route emerges. We'll have to make the journey through the relay regardless, and see where we end up. A work team will accompany us. I'll remain with them at the other end to begin construction. She takes a deep breath. It'll need a locomotive capable of weathering the journey, room for the workers, and supplies to last the voyage. Are you up to it, Captain? You need a locomotive with at least 75 hull. Okay. 12 quarters. Okay. Unless they need to be empty, in which case then we're in trouble. And at least 6 supplies. Damn it. I have 5 supplies. Oh, that's annoying. Does Wobbly Just a Bear have supplies? They do. Okay, hold the thought. Hold the thought. We'll be right back. Hang on. This is gonna suck. This is gonna be so bad. There is no way this is gonna go well. I just want you to know. Absolutely no way this goes well. But how bad can it be? Go away, Fluke. I think I can hear you. Are you lurking under the mists? I need a bomb. A bomb and a machine gun. That'll sort it out. I really hope it doesn't spit us out somewhere utterly terrible in Eleutheria, and I really hope it doesn't smash my ship into tiny pieces, because that would suck pretty bad. Make sure I don't overshoot Wobbly Just a Man. I'm slightly excited. I've never done this before. It could be treacherous, terrifying, and awful. But it could also be fantastic. We shall find out. We do something of the mists here? Let's join the Song of the Mists. That'll lower our terror a little bit, right? Yep. Okay, and let's make sure. Let's over-prepare rather than under-prepare. And we can't repair anything here? Okay, we go back. How bad can this go? How bad can it really be? I mean, I assume it's just going to spit us into a random location in Eleutheria. And there isn't that many bad locations in Eleutheria. It's a few, I suppose. There's a couple of places I haven't been. Didn't I find it? I found it, didn't I? Now I think about it, I remember coming across something and being like, what the hell is this and why can't I interact with it? But where was that? Guess I'll find out. Oh, hello. It's another thing. Don't mind if I do. Supplies. Nice. Definitely take those supplies. I think we're about to use 5 of them to go through this damn gate. I don't know if it's actually going to use them up. I assume it is. Go on, Fluke. My friend, I have places to be. People to see. Oh, bloody hell. Are you seriously blocking off my entrance into the bloody... Go away. Ooh. The Scornfluke's like, do not build it. There we go. Transport the Surveyor and her staff through the unfinished relay. Buckle up. I think it used the supplies, didn't it? The Surveyor spends a day checking your locomotives, plating, and performing an inventory of your supplies, while you oversee your engineers as they double and triple check its systems. Eventually, there are no more checks to make, nor reason, save self-preservation, to delay. You buckle yourselves into your seats. The relay's hour looms thunder up to speed. Its arms fold over you. The correspondence wheels begin to spin. The sigils burn. The Surveyor meets your eye. She opens her mouth to speak, and then your engine is flung, groaning across the tumultuous sky. You are taking the first journey through the new relay, uncertain of your destination. Yeah, it did. It used up our supplies. Brace yourself. Ow. I think we just materialised on the inside of a wall. For weeks you crossed the heavens in a tunnel that writhed like a dying rattlesnake. Mad winds scoured you. Poisoned starlight burned your eyes. Your hull is torn, and your crew and passengers harrowed. Your arrival is abrupt. You crash from a gloomy ruin. Your engine cylinder was badly cracked. To prevent your furnace overheating, the chief engineer had to douse its fires. Now your locomotive hangs, helpless in the sky. Already, the cold is creeping in. Let's ask for a damage report. How bad is it? Oh, that's quite bad. Your chief engineer has barely begun rattling off what sounds like it is going to be an extensive list of problems when a shadow passes swiftly across the bridge. As if something had glittered between you and the stars. Is something there? The sky's cold is already clawing its way into your dead locomotive. The surveyor's workers press anxious faces to the windows, searching the sky for a glimpse of whatever cast its shadow over you. Slow seconds pass. Nothing. Well, so we can either begin hasty repairs. It's vital that you restore function to your engine. You'll have to send engineers out onto the hull to patch the cracked cylinder. Or we can set a watch, issue weapons to everyone aboard. If the shadow returns, you might be able to drive it off. Let's set a watch. You unlock the armory and begin handing out pistols and rifles. Before more than a handful have been distributed, a cry goes up. The shadow has returned. A span of enfolding wings, a gaping gleam of teeth. It latches onto your locomotive, its talons shrill on the plating. Then it begins to clamber across the hull. A pinioned wing passes a window. "A curator!" someone hisses. The chiropterian hoarders of the heavens, cunning terrors of wing and claw. Mr. Barleycorn would like to have a word. The thing crawling across your hull probes at an exterior hatch. The insistent surveyor swears as an eye the size of a dustbin lid presses against a window. The eye is yellow as old gold, sharp with avarice, and glimmers with intellect. Your hull shrieks as hooked claws tear a rent in it. A huge, furled limb, razored with talons, gropes through the gap. So we can either attempt to trade otherworldly artifacts for your lives. I need 3. The surveyor has heard that creatures such as this collect curiosities. Surely they would prefer heavenly artifacts to mundane terrestrial ones. We can fight it off. The others are frozen in horror. You raise your pistol and fire. Over and over, hoping your actions will shock them from their stupor. Let's attempt a trade. The eye looms at the gash in your hull like an inquisitive moon. The huge creature picks up and examines each artifact in turn. The talons that disemboweled your locomotive, suddenly delicate, even tender. The first is discarded. The second is set reverently down again. The third is satisfactory. The creature makes a moist rumbling sound. The taloned limb withdraws. That is a beat of sail-sized wings, and it rushes away, a wind of shadow. A cold gust blows through the rent it left behind. Immediately, you begin issuing orders. You need to get your engine patched and moving. A day later, your locomotive is, if not repaired, at least functioning. The boiler thrums, the chimney steams. The sky's encroaching cold is driven back. The insistent surveyor and her team are ready to depart. They will be taking their equipment and supplies down to the ruins at the Sky's Road's End to begin work on the second relay. Let's part ways. You insist that they take pistols and rifles with them, just in case. Thank you, Professor. We'll continue the work at this end. We brought enough with us to assemble some makeshift sequencer wheels. They should stabilize the route enough to bring through anything else we'll need. Meanwhile, you'd better get back to Dusking's Deep. The second phase should be underway, and they'll need more materials. She shakes your hand, slings her pack over her shoulder, and leads her work crew down to the grey ruins. With a little luck, we'll meet again when our work is done. We've done all we can. We need to make our way back from Eleutheria. That's a solid ow. Let's make our way back to Pan. On the plus side, that's some serious progress on the gate. I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. I forgot we're in the Collywobbles. That is yet again a place that I love. There are only two places that make me laugh, like Collywobbles, and the other one is in the Reach, and it's Cuddlescombe. Collywobbles and Cuddlescombe. I don't know what it is, man. Just amazing names for places. Right, we'll go back. We'll go to Pan. We'll repair our bloody ship because it's got bloody holes blown in it by some stupid bat. I have used more otherworldly artifacts in this episode than my entire series, I believe. I think I've used, what, 9? 12? Good lord. I'm gonna have to get some more of those. Luckily, they do pop up quite often. Let's avoid the Griever, if we can. No, I wonder what else they're going to need. I assume more bronzewood, but who knows? Maybe there'll be something a little bit more bespoke. Knowing how this game works, it'll be savage secrets and crimson promises, just to really drive in the home how difficult some things are to get. Oh my god, that made me jump. I wonder what the hell that was. Oh my god. Ah. The shrill scream of a scribe spinster. I think a Griever just spawned inside of that rock and exploded. I'm sure he's fine. He will survive. This is Go Lightly Glen, Captain, your navigate says. Best do as it says. Aye, indeed. I wonder what skill I need to level up. We have the Ratanor now. I guess I could level up irons again to try and get more damage from our guns. Something to be said about leveling up our veils even more. Or mirrors even more. Which one was it the Ratanor needed? Mirrors. It could be worth getting our mirrors higher just so we can swap out our officers for their, like, you know, academic bonuses and stuff if we ever need those. But just getting irons usually works out in your favour. You know, big guns and all that. At least I packed way more fuel and supplies than I needed. If I cut this close, I'd probably be crying right about now. Because that was, well, interesting. The sound of far-off pipes. Near Pan. Wonderful, and it worked out quite well for the end of the episode too. So in the next episode, we will probably head off back to New Winchester, because it's the closest place. I don't think we can get to Albion from here without that gate that we haven't built yet, so I guess we'll be going back to the Reach. I'll hand in the bathysphere, and we'll carry on with the truth storyline. And if we end up back in Albion, we will drop back in on Dusking's Deep, see what we need. Let me just dock up here. I think I can repair my ship here. It's the hour of arguments. Let's listen and observe. Get a savage secret or a vision of the heavens. We've got a vision of the heavens. King's Idle Station. Is this where I can repair my locomotive for an Eleutherian mystery? Sure, half of my hull? Nice. I mean, that's better than it was, I suppose. Like everyone else here, the engineers want mysteries more than coins. You offer one that purchases several hours of perfunctory repairs, at the end of which the condition of your engine is at least somewhat improved. Afterwards, you split the mystery into a dozen morsels and dole them out among the avid engineers. Okay, and with that, I shall end this episode here. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel and the coffee supporters. It really does mean the world to me. And as always, we'll see you next time.